Good morning, Stampers. It is Tammy with Stampin' Scrap Tammy coming to you with a Facebook Live on this wonderful Wednesday morning or afternoon, depending on where you are. It is 11 a.m. Central here in Minnesota. And or you're watching the replay. So either way works great. We're going to have a really great project today that I'm going to share with you. I showed the picture just a few minutes ago when I said we were 15 minutes away. And so I hope you got to take a look at that. But I'm going to show it to you today the same way that I made it, or similar. And then I'm going to use a Christmas paper and kind of make it a Christmas theme. So it'll be kind of a fun little change. So the main thing is to share with you the layout. That is our main objective for today's Facebook Live. So just bear with me here a second. I'm going to do a little double checking here. And here we go. Okay, wonderful. Anyways, I always fear that I'm in the wrong page because I did it one time, and so now ever since then I always am worried about that. So I'm checking here and there's a little delay on the computer. Okay, we're set to go. So when I started today, I thought, well, let me grab a sip of coffee, set it down, and then I'll get talking here. Okay, so this morning when I was thinking about, well, actually last night I planned the card that I was going to do. I knew that I'd share this one at some point, so today seemed like a great day to do it. But I thought, well, I have really nothing else to talk about. This is going to be really short. And then this morning when I started getting ready, I thought, well, I got to talk about this and this and this. And now my stack of stuff to talk about is huge. So first I do want to touch on the garage sale. I don't know if I mentioned that last week, but just to keep a heads up on your calendar, a save the date, it is going to be September 18th and 19th. It's a Friday, Saturday. I looked at my list. I have 17 people, so 18 actually, including myself, signed up to be consigners at that. So if you're interested in consigning, if you're local here or live within a few hours and you want to drop some stuff off, contact me. You get 100% product credit to go towards Stampin' Up! Product of your sales. So phenomenal deal for you, and you can get some new goodies in your stamp collection and maybe clear out some other ones. Or just save those days to come and shop with us. It's always a great sale. There's always something there for everybody. So anyways, that is coming up September 18th, 19th. Next week, I do have all occasions class. It is available to go. You can order it right now. I'll share that link when I edit the post here. And then also the sign up will be available in this week's weekly email that will go up tomorrow. So you can stamp live between 3 and 5 and 5 and 7. Of course, I'm always available to adjust that time. If you need to come earlier, I can make that happen. So just contact me directly if those sign-up times that I have on there don't work for you. We'll work something out. And of course, it's available to go. I'll give you a little glimpse. So we are working with this product, these papers. I don't even have all of them because I've used them. And I'm waiting for my order to get here today so that I can finish creating my samples and get those out in the mail by this weekend for those that are taking it to go. I'll get those sent out sometime this weekend. And same with paper shares. So the first set of paper shares went out last week. If you've ordered, I have the shipping labels ready to go. I'm just waiting for some more paper to get here. And then those will go out too. So busy few days for me here in the studio, but I am so excited about it. And it's really exciting when I run out of paper because that just means it's just been a great couple of weeks here. All right, anyways, so that's all occasions. You're going to get half a package of this paper, so it'll actually be 12 by 12. You're going to get the ribbon that coordinates with this and some of those cute little acorn embellishments. So, of course, we'll be using all of that in the cards to make some really nice fall cards. So I think that's all I have to talk about here. I wanted to touch on the all occasions class and the garage sale. Oh, and right before I started this video, I did share a post for a, let me see if I can see what it's actually called. The S Crafters Retreat. It is put on by a school in St. Peter, so not too far from the town that I live in. And they do a live retreat that I've helped with the last couple of years. They do a phenomenal job. Of course, they have to make it all virtual now, so I've been working a little bit with them to help make that happen. They've got some great things planned. So if you are wanting to do a little scrapbooking or crafting, a craft retreat, take a look at that. Like I said, I'm doing some make and takes. They've got all kinds of goodies in their goodie bag, and they're going to have kind of a virtual event throughout that day on, I believe it'll be October 24th, that Saturday. There'll be some different things going on in a private Facebook group that they will be putting together for those that decide to attend virtually. All right, so let's get back down to business here and get to work and share with you some beautiful ideas here. And I'm going to slowly turn this down. Okay, so you can get a glimpse. I'm going to take a look. I see that now I can see a few of the comments here. So good morning to those of you that are watching. You know, good morning. And then those that watch, I mean, even if you just pop in here and there, thank you so much for tuning in every week or when you can. I had some wonderful feedback last week, and it really made my heart happy. I had a few people message me, and I even had a couple of phone calls of people that said that they enjoy these videos. So that just really made me happy to know that somebody is looking forward to seeing these and you enjoy seeing it. So, you know, good morning and hello. And here's the current host code. Get a little situated here. And then I'm going to just share with you some of the products that we're using today. I'll give you a glimpse of the card again. And so here's my original design. And so we're going to make this one. And again, the main thing is going to be the layout. So I want to share with you just how you can make it into a different, a totally different look by just switching out this designer series paper and the ribbon. And of course the colors. So let me move this aside again. Use the host code. You'll get additional perks sent to you. Any order over $50, I'm sending you 10 free cards. So 10 current cards that you can use for designs. I say you can save them, sell them, use them, whatever you want to do with them after you get them is up to you. But use the host code. You'll get those. Get a punch on a punch card. After 8 punches, you pick a stamp set of your choice, any value. Okay, so here are the products that we're using. Of course, as you guys watch this and get to know me, you know that I love coffee. So of course, this is definitely what's on the top of my stack to purchase out of our new mini catalog. And then I'm going to add in, excuse me, let me see if I can find them. They're sitting right here. I'm going to add in the Tasteful Label dies. So if you don't have something in your collection that is a label of some kind, I would highly recommend looking into getting these ones. The stitch labels are great, but these are really wonderful because you have lots of different variations and sizes. You get the circles and you get the longer, the shorter. And so this is a great tool to have. And so that's the Tasteful Touches. It does coordinate with this bundle where all of these sentiments fit in here. But I think I have used this one, I mean, almost every week that I do one of these, I use something from these dies. So they're just wonderful for layering. So this is what I do like to call a standalone stamp set is what I call it because it isn't with a bundle. So that's when I start pulling in different products from different bundles to coordinate with this stamp set. All right, and then the paper that we're using today, I did have to pull from one of the papers here, so I'm gonna have to put this back together because again, I ran out of this paper, or the one that I used. So this is the paper for one of the cards. It is called the Gilded Autumn DSP. So again, this is a half a package of this of 12 by 12 is included in this month's all occasion card kit. Card kit's $28 and it'll have 6 to 8 cards in it for you to create. Okay, and then also the second card I'm gonna make today, I'm using the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper. So more of a Christmas theme. So that's one side of it. And let's see if I can share with you the other side here. Just give you a glimpse of that. So nice, fun, bright Christmas paper coming up to use. I know I get pretty excited about Christmas, so I like to get a few started. And then on one card today, I'm going to use this nice ribbon here. Let's see, it is called just embroidered ribbon. I think that's all, just embroidered ribbon. And then this is a really cool red sheer ribbon from our new mini catalog. And then I've already done it, but I did use, again, this Tasteful Touches embossing folder. And I shared this one last week as well. So again, that Tasteful Touches collection is just a great one to have. It kind of goes all across, you know, it's just a real versatile set. And easy to add in other products. All right, so I think we need to get creating here. And I will give you some measurements. And you don't really have, you can write these down right now if you'd like. But if you subscribe to my email or check your email tomorrow afternoon if you're already a subscriber, this card today is going to be our tutorial of the week. So you can get directions, you can get a printable supply list. And so this is what you could print off for the supply list, or you could just take a look. So this will be shared in the weekly email. And so you can see the supply list here. And then also there's another sheet that I have not printed, but it has all of the written measurements and instructions on how to create this card. And so you could print this off and save this, and then you could use it to switch it out however you would like. You could put different sentiments in there, switch out the designer series paper, but you would have all of the measurements and instructions. Again, that'll be in this week's weekly email. And so I'm gonna do these kind of together here. And so I did have to improvise. Again, I've been creating like crazy. And so I did run out of early espresso paper. So I'm going to improvise with some soft suede. And I cut that at 5.5 by 8.5. So just a standard card base. And then my second layer, so these are pretty standard here, is going to be a 5 1/4 by 4. That's layer 1. And these ones, I'm going to go ahead and just adhere them right away using my Stampin' Seal Plus so that I can get them out of the way so I don't lose them as I start stamping and coloring today. And then I can take this next layer, 5 by 3 3/4, and that is the one that I embossed. And this is Crumb Cake. This is Cajun Craze. So Cajun Craze isn't a color that I tend to use too often. It usually comes out in the fall. And so it's a nice fall color. And I will adhere that. And then let's move over. So we're gonna go from fall right over to Christmas, because why not just do those together? And so we have the real red, same measurements, 5 1/4 by 4. Next layer, I did take just Whisper White for this one. 5 by 3 3/4. And then we get to having some fun here with our designer series papers. And so I have, let's see here, let's move those out of the way. I did pick out this one for the second card that I'm going to make here, or well, I guess first one today, but the second one. Second different design here. So anyways, layer 3, 4 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then I'm not going to adhere this just yet because I'm going to need to add my ribbon on there. So if you notice on these layers, I've had lots of questions about layering. Everything just goes down a fourth of an inch. So when you get your main layer, then a 1/4 of an inch to do your matting behind it. And that would work great too if you're a scrapbooker and you like to mat your photos. Also just a good rule of thumb for that. Just go up a 1/4 of an inch. If you like to have a little thinner, so every once in a while I'll do an 1/8 of an inch, but most of the time I do a 1/4. And then using that Tasteful label dies, I have already pre-cut these out. So I did one in the early espresso, and then I do have the very vanilla, and then I have a real red and a Whisper White for there. I'm going to set this aside because we are going to need to do some stamping, and I'm going to share with you again the Stamparatus masking or template. I'm not sure what I called it. And I might need to grab another plate. I think I have one back here. Looks like the one I have is a little bit on the dirty side, but it'll work. And I need a cleaning mat. Okay, this will work. All right, so what I'm gonna do to get started here is I'm gonna just take a piece of Whisper white paper that has not been cut, just any scrap, any size is fine. And then I'm going to open up my stamps here, and I'm gonna take out the coffee cups and set those in place. And then I'm also going to take the sentiment that I want, and I wanna do a cup of thanks. And you could pick a different one if you wanted to, but this is just the one I'm gonna use today. And I need a magnet to hold my paper in place. And then I can stick this down. And so for my first one, I'm gonna stamp it right onto this paper that hasn't been cut out yet. And I'm using Memento black for that. So perfect placement. And then I'm gonna go ahead and stick this down. I'm gonna get it pretty close to that coffee cup because I know with my label that it needs to, I only have so much room here. So I know that it needs to go pretty low, or pretty tight there, I guess, be a better way to say that. And then I'm gonna take a second hinge here and put that up on top. And then I'll go like so. Pull that down a little bit. I hope I'm still kind of in screen. And then I'm going to do that in the Cajun Craze ink. Just give it a nice light tap. And same down below. Just push down a little bit. Leave it sit there for a second and let that ink soak in. And then pull it up. And now what we're going to do, because I know, since I love coffee and coffee cards, I'm gonna wanna send out a lot of these. So I need to make a template so that I can just drop in my little label and stamp them a lot quicker. You know, as soon as I get going on these videos, I think, gosh, I'm doing so well. I haven't made up any words today. And then I get to like the 10-15 minute point, and then that's when my made up words start coming into play. All right, so anyways, I got my stamp cut emboss machine. I'm going to cut something out for you for the very first time on the video here. As you see, I have some very nice new plates here. If this is something you want to get your hands on right now, you can get it in a demonstrator kit. It's a phenomenal deal actually to do it in a demonstrator kit because you can get free shipping and save $20 on it, so not a bad deal. So I'm just gonna go ahead and center that up. And there is a magnetic plate too. I need to take a look at that and maybe add that to my next order, but for today, I'm gonna go this route. It works just fine. And nice and smooth. It's nice and quiet. All right, and now as you see, I've got a wonderful placement of my coffee cups in my stamp. So now I can set this away. And I have one now that is ready to color in, but I can now pull back in my Stamparatus, and I have some of these cut out. I need my template. And now what I can do is I can drop this in. I want to make sure you can see this okay. So this is about the third or fourth week that we have done this. So if you're new to watching the Facebook Lives on Wednesday, you can go back and watch any of the other ones and see that I've done this numerous times. If you want to get just a little more of a look at how different stamps would look doing this. As you can see, I can just stamp there, and now I can do the other side. And now every card that I make, they're all going to be in the same exact spot. So you only have to worry about lining it up one time. And then let's go ahead and clean that that top one off. And, oh, I did do that the wrong color. Oh, well, you know how it goes. I wanted the white, the Whisper White to have the green, but I have one more white one here. So we will do the second one correct. Okay, so the coffee cups again, I'm gonna do in the Memento. And that stuck, which is no problem because I do have this little template here, so it can just tuck back in there. And then I'm gonna take Mossy Meadow for the card that I'm gonna make more of a Christmas theme. Because Christmas, you know, great time to give someone a gift card to maybe pick up a cup of coffee. Maybe something you wouldn't normally do, but it's a nice gift for maybe a teacher or hairdresser or post person. All right, so now I have my labels. I'm gonna move the inks out of the way. And I'm gonna share with you one more fun thing here. I do need to get some markers. I didn't grab any for the Christmas card. Okay, so then all we have to do is add some really cute coloring here. And it doesn't really matter what you want to do. I'm going to use my Stamp Right markers because they do have this fine tip end rather than the blends. You could use the blends though if you wanted to. And I'm using Cajun Craze, Mint Macaroon, and Crumb Cake for my coloring. And so just some nice fall colors on this card. And I didn't do it in any particular order. And again, I didn't do a real neat job either. I didn't worry about it too much, getting it perfect. I thought it looked nice. Done just kind of quickly. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it does. Anyways. Isn't that cute? And then I'm going to add the other colors. So again, Cajun Craze, not a typical color until I get to fall. In this color combination, I'm going to use the other end. Looks like I might need to re-ink that for this. Not a typical color that I use other times in the year, but at fall, the Cajun Craze is just so rich looking. And got to add a little bit up there. And let's add a little to this cup too. And then just add a little crumb cake for to have some subtle color in there. Oh, it looks like I need a different one. I didn't check that before I started. And you can re-ink these. I'll have to share that another day. The Stamp Right markers, you can re-ink. So I'll try to remember that I talked about that today and share that another time. So if you have the re-inkers, you can do that. All right, so I have that one ready. And now let's just add some Real Red and Mossy Meadow to this other label, and then we'll be ready to finish off the card. And so even if you're not a coffee lover or don't drink coffee, I know everybody has to know somebody that does. So these would be perfect cards for anybody really. And I'm going to use it as a thank you card. Again, like I said, I'll probably attach a little gift card. We do have these adorable little coffee cups. I haven't used them yet, but again, I will be. And then there's labels that fit around them that you can cut out. And, you know, you could fill it with chocolates or a little treat. And so this set will coordinate wonderful with that. And it's actually with the Heartwarming Hugs, the designer series paper that I'm using today. It's a collection for that. It's right at the beginning of the mini catalog. I don't know if I mentioned that. If you didn't get a mini catalog yet and you need one, be sure to contact me and I can make sure to get one out in the mail to you. I still have some on hand here. Or you can always view it online too. I always share the links in the comments here. And then I think I will just add a little bit of crumb cake to the top of these cups. Perfect. And now we just have to finish off our cards. So I will bring in all of the stuff that I've already assembled. And I can move this one out of the way. And so I am going to actually attach this label first. And then same over here, I will do the real red label on this designer series. And now I will do the ribbon. So I'm going to use this textured ribbon on one of the cards. And I did not measure. I should really do that instead of just guessing all the time to tell you. But it is about 10 inches of ribbon or so. You know, I don't always do a measurement because some people might need a little bit more ribbon and some people could do this ribbon with a little bit less. Okay, I just looked down and saw the comment from Cindy that she loves my made-up words. I love that you love my made-up words. Sometimes they just come to me. I don't know where they come from, but they just happen. And I acknowledge that they're made-up words. I do know that they're not real words, so I think that's part of it. Maybe if I thought they were real words, that would be a different story. Okay. All right, so notice I put a glue dot here. I talk about that often as well too. Whenever I'm tying a bow, I like to put a glue dot where I want it to stay in place. It makes it so much easier when you get to this point right here because it's not moving around on you. And I'm not going to worry too much about where this bow goes because it's going to look nice whichever way. And in fact, I kind of like doing it sometimes where it's a little bit you know, slanted or a little sideways like that. I think it looks kind of fun. And so now I can just pull it down to whatever size I want it to be. I'm going to leave it kind of big and fluffy. And then I can trim these ends off. And I'll share with you another ribbon that I use, and I cannot remember the name of it. And I was going to write it down, but I'll share the first card, the one that was actually so in the tutorial, it would say there. I can just look at that list. So on the other card, on this card here, I used a really nice ribbon. It is the Forever Greenery Trim Combo Pack. But of course, I ran out of that too, so I'm waiting for more of that to get here. But this one, I think is going to look really great. This is going to be the first card I used making it. So here's two wonderful options. So if you're looking at today's card, it is different than what that tutorial says. So I just kind of looked at what I had and what I wanted to try. It's fun to try different ones with it. Oh, that is just so nice looking. And then I'm going to take dimensionals to add the label, and that's going to finish off this first card. And 4 should do. And here we are, and look at that. And I'm just going to tuck that in and then readjust my bow. Look at how nice that looks. That is perfect. So different designer series paper than my first card, but looks lovely just like so. Okay, let's now pull in the Christmas looking one. And I'm going to do the same thing with this sheer ribbon. Again, about 10 inches or so. Attach the glue dot. Oh, I should also count how many the same tools do I end up out on my craft desk. I was just grabbing another take a pick tool. I have a bunch of them in here's my little cup of tools. And sometimes I end up with using 3 or 4. And if I would just look to the right, I would find the one that I had already taken out. But you know, that's part of crafting is I think. Maybe not everybody is as disorganized as I am. Okay, and then let's just tie another bow. Again, we had the glue dot to hold it in place. And however you like to tie a bow will work. There's definitely different ways to do it. And it's just a matter of practicing what you like to do and how it works best for you. All right, and then I can trim these down. Looks like I got lots. I can use this for something else. I'll make sure to save that. Or maybe I'll put it in my junk bin. I have a little junk bin, and then I give those away at our team meetings every few months or so. So maybe that's where I'll put that ribbon. All right, again, all we got to do is adhere this and add our label, and then we have 2 beautiful cards ready. And actually, I have 3. Oh, what am I doing? I'm putting this on with dimensionals. Well, that'll be okay. So I meant to put regular tear tape, but hey, we can have a little extra dimension on this one. Why not? There's nothing wrong with that. That'll probably look nice. So I meant to put it on with just Stampin' Seal, but that looks good too. Anytime you add dimensionals, can't go wrong. That wasn't my intention, so, but you know, you can do it whatever works for you. Sometimes that stuff just happens. And I will bring in both cards to share. Now I'm gonna just tuck that over there. And here we go. So we have 2 different looks, and you could add any sentiment onto this card. It does not have to be this set by any means to make a lovely card. So basically today's was really just to show a nice layout, kind of a timeless one that you can use. Also, a question that I had in this last week was about paper and how do you use all of your paper without wasting. And this is a great layout to do that too, is because you get 12 sheets out of a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So you cut these 3 by 4 and then you'll be able to get 12 cards out of that. And then you can mix and match them. You know, you could put a card going this way with it, this way. So that's really a great way to maximize your designer series paper without having any waste. And then there is none at all with that. Okay. Oh, one more thing I did want to share. I haven't brought this in for a while, and I just added this to my card, the heart. So this is a shimmer crystal effect. It is in our annual catalog. It's kind of hard to see. I should see if I can find it because it had to be pointed. Again, now I'm starting to make up those words again. It was pointed out to me because I thought it had retired, and I was so sad about it. And then a friend of mine pointed it out that it is in here, but it's a little bit hidden. So let's see if we can find it. And then we will wind down for the day. Gosh, it's so hidden I can't even find it. But it's with all of the, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh goodness. I should have looked this up beforehand. I wonder if, see, here's all my tags. I don't know what those are even for anymore. All right. Oh my. Why did I even try to look? Because now it's going to drive me crazy till I find it. But anyways, I know where it's in, like right up in one of these sections. I hope I didn't like tear that page out of my catalog. I mean, why would I do that? So it's so far hidden that I can't even find it. Well, well. And of course I will find it like as soon as we get off of the video. I'll find it. But anyways, okay, it doesn't matter. So it is in here. I'll share the number. It is called the Shimmer Crystal Effects. And what's really cool about this stuff is it makes, you can really make anything look like an embellishment. And kind of like those enamel dots that we have. You can make this little heart look like one of those. So it's a little shimmery. And it's just kind of like a little gel pen, and you just put it over the top and then set it aside to dry. And do remember that you have it on there so you don't stack up a bunch of cards, because it does need to dry a little bit. And so you'll see on this one, I did that earlier. So it just gives it a cute little touch. And so that's what I added. So it's called the Shimmer Crystal Effects, and it is in the catalog. I do promise I checked on that. Not like the couple weeks ago when I used that embossing powder, that was not. And by the way, I do still have 2 of those left that, what was it? The copper embossing powder. So if you order anything from the fall collection and you would like that, I will send you a half a package of that. I have 2 of them left. Just because I mixed up and shared that on a video and we don't even have it anymore. But gold would look great too with any of this gold embossing powder. All right, so here are the cards for today. I hope you loved them. Again, it was a little longer than what I anticipated when I started thinking about today, but you know, one thing leads to another and there's lots to talk about. So here is the host code. If anybody is interested in these products, I would love to have your order and I will send you some goodies in the mail. Again, I send you 10 free cards with a $50 order. In order under 50, I will send you 5 free cards. So current cards that you can use, you can save, you can recreate them, whatever you would like to do. Oh, thank you, Donna. 146. Why was I not finding that? You know, as long as we've gone this long, I'm going to look. 146. Where was that? How did I miss that? Aha, I missed that page. Here we go. So page 146, and this is why it was hard to find. So it's right up here in the corner, and it's called Shimmer Crystal Effects, $5. So you can't go wrong. That will last you like a lifetime. And so you can make all kinds of fun little things. It's great on this little snowman. We used that last Christmas. It was a lot of fun. But Shimmer Crystal Effects on page 146, 147. Thank you, Donna, for sharing that. Thank you, thank you. That would have driven me crazy if I didn't share that. Okay, anyways, cards for today. I hope you love them as much as I do and recreate them. And if you do recreate this layout, share it in the comments. We would all love to see. I know a bunch of you recreated last week's cards and shared them with me, and that was just so fun and inspiring to see. So if you like this layout, go ahead, recreate it, share it in the comments. Let us all see your works of art and creations and creativity that you have. Okay, everybody, I am going to wrap it up for today. I will be back next Wednesday. Let's see, August 26th will be the date. And I'll try to post before then a few other creative ideas for you. But if I don't talk to you, I will see you next Wednesday, 11 o'clock Central. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Talk to you later.